Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of Fringe Play Friday. I'm Richard,
I'm Mitch.
and our card of the week this week was the legendary Yuna from Opus 2, which is a 3-drop 7k water forward that when she attacks, all your opponent's characters lose their ability until the end of turn, and she also has a Sphere Change S ability to discard a card named Yuna, and she can choose an element and a job to gain until the end of turn. So I went for a fire water deck that utilise the Yuna Lenne combo to play high-costed forwards, namely Bahamut or Zodiark, for free, just at the expense of breaking the Lenne. And Mitchell has gone for a water ice deck that abused searching lower-costed summons so that he wasn't constantly losing the Lenne. So do you just want to talk a bit about your deck, Mitchell?
Yeah, so originally this was a water lightning deck, and I did have the same idea as Rich, where I was going for high-costed summons. I was running like the 7-drop Odin, the Bahamut and Zodiark, but I kept finding that I wanted the Lenne on the field, and it was never actually worth, even if I removed 2 forwards, my opponent could always just recuperate and I'd end up losing it, and I'd always be based trying to get that combo back. So I decided I was going to run lower cost summons, and that worked a lot better than the higher cost summons. I also decided to change it to ice, because I felt that while lightning was nice to get the combo out, I felt Yuna was a strong card on its own, just removing the abilities of my opponent. I also could devout things back if needed. It worked a lot better than my original idea, which was the, again, water lightning, the being able to search Cyclops and stuff like that, even double casting Cyclops, and your opponent all loses their abilities, so they all lose boosts and stuff like that, so it would get rid of low cost cards like Sank. I've board wiped a Type 0 deck, which was great fun. As I said, it was more of a swarm deck. Like, I was running Zargabath to bring in Yuna, I was running Gis to bring in a Zargabath, and then again bring in Yuna or Lenne. I was running Garnet as well, just to give, because I felt like if I did, because I believe I was running I think I was running Zodiark just for emergencies, and if I had to break Lenne, Yuna was, and say my opponent still kept his forwards like via a Titan or something like that, and then they managed to block Yuna, I was going to lose Yuna. So I ran the Garnet just to give her that extra 1000 boost, just to make her more of a threat on board. And as I said, it did seem to work a little bit more than my water lightning. But I'm not even sure that the combo is good, the Yuna Lenne, because it just costs so much to get out. I feel like it was a bit of a problem just focusing it on something like that. So I feel like Yuna could be better just on her own, if you could work out a way to just keep her alive. What about yours, Rich? How did yours go?
Yeah, that was kind of the purpose of my deck, was, as you say, there's an element of fragility that comes with having either Yuna or Lenne on the board by themselves or as a pair, because people know what's coming. So the reason I went fire water is because I was essentially running 6 ways to give either one of the cards haste, so that I didn't have to have both on the field for a whole turn and give my opponent the chance to draw in something to break up the combo. So I was running 3 Sage from Opus 2, the 2-drop backup, and I was also running 3 Belias, so that I could just have either Yuna or Lenne on the field, the other one in hand, and on my next turn I could play the other part of the combo, give them haste, and give my opponent less time to, be able to react to it. Which to a certain extent worked, but as you say, because my only search target was Bahamut, I could do Fan for it, but it's never worth it, and stuff like that. So I was constantly breaking Lenne, and the problem is the deck really has to be ahead in order to win the game. Like, you have to be ahead and stay ahead, and when you break the Lenne card to set your opponent back, you kind of lose the tempo yourself. Like, you'll see, like in the opening exchanges, I've only played 2 backups because I've been constantly trying to pump out forwards. I mean, I did have to kind of tailor the play to your deck, which was quite swarmy, because you went Zargabath Yuna, which means, like, crap, I need to drop a load of forwards out.
Yeah.
But even in other games against I was a game against Wind Water and a game against Mono Water. It was just a case of play 2 backups and then hope that you can get yourself in a good board state, and then you can start to invest a little bit more resources in backups. But I agree with you. I just think I've played Yuna Lenne for a while now, and I just don't think that it's ever gonna make itself any more useful than what it is right now. Like, this entire deck is based around trying to make it excel. Like, I've got Imaginary Brawler, which will hopefully stop a big costed like your Kuja from blocking. I run Red Mage to stop another card from blocking. I run Huge to filter, because when they party attack it's a search function, so you can only play the summon from your deck, so having them in hand feels terrible, so you want to use Huge. And also ran the Opus 1 Geomancer backup to just kind of filter out the cards from my hand, put them back in the deck. And I also played Artemisian for the same reason, is to put the Bahamut back in deck, because you never particularly want to have them in hand, otherwise you've got to pay the full cost for it. And ran Selfie so that when you swung with Yuna you could kind of give her the 2k boost to make her a little bit less fragile. I ran Whacker for status reels to make it safe to swing with Yuna. I ran so many different ways to try and make this work, and just it doesn't happen. I think your direction was probably a little bit better, where you were not breaking the Lenne every time you party attacked.
Yeah. I mean, I was running Scholar in my original deck, because as I said, like, you can Scholar it back Lenne so she doesn't actually die, and then you're not really technically losing the forward, but I felt like you're still losing the forward from the field, which was the problem. So even if you were to use a Bahamut or a Zodiark, like, if you're behind with Zodiark's useless, and then if you draw it, if you've got nowhere to put it back in there, it's just a dead card in your hand. Being able to, like, because I think we played a few games before we actually put this on, and I remember Zodiarking you, and I think I cleared like 4 forwards off your field, but then I lost Lenne, and then you just got rid of Yuna, and then I was left with nothing, and you were left with nothing, but I had taken 4 points of damage, and you were on nothing. So I was just sitting there, I was like, this isn't worth it. It's never, like, I don't see the, like, benefit of doing this. I think Yuna is a good card. Turning off your opponent's abilities is a good card, but with the Yuna Lenne combo, I think it's too much to set up, and it's just, I don't see, like, if it can actually work unless you're doing only low cost forwards, low cost summons.
Even on her own, like, she's still only a 7k body, so it's never really going to be that safe to swing with her. And if you wanted to, you could kind of run the Zemus as well and just make it so that she can't be blocked and swing that way. But it seems like an awful lot to invest into something when you could just play like 4 or 5 actually useful cards.
Yeah. That's the thing. In comparison to other water legendaries, like, for example, the one that's just come out, Garnet, she can literally sit there by herself, can't be chosen by summons. She has a ways to keep herself alive, like paying 2 water to play any 3 cost summon or less, and she gives herself a boost like when needed. So, like, you can play Cyclops and there's a 4k swing in power. Like, Yuna has nothing like that. She needs to attack. Basically, Yuna is just outclassed by all, like, the legendaries in water, I would say. I can't think of a maybe other than Ultimisia, I can't think of a better, worse legendary.
Strong words.
I mean, you'll also see, like, Yuna and Lenne have gone to my damage zone. So if one of the combo pieces disappears, you're in a big struggle for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was in a bit more of a hole, and if that happened to me, than you would have been, because you actually had, like, other win conditions, whereas mine was solely focused on just absolutely milking as much as possible out of Yuna Lenne. Going into like other high-costed forwards, summons that you could use the Yuna Lenne combo to summon. One that we've discussed in the past is Zeramus, and I'm fairly sure this works, is to swing with Yuna and Lenne, break Lenne as the cost to pay for Zeramus, which is the 7 cost Earth 1. So in a position where I'm in now and I've got 6 points of damage, I could choose a forward of up to cost 6 for you, break that, and then I could also elect to bring Lenne out of the break zone and play her back, put her back in my hand, I believe. It's not on the field, is it?
No, it's that back to hand.
Yeah, so put her back to hand and then summon her again. It's another one of those sort of like clunky plays that rarely ever seem worth it.
That's the thing, and it's not a guaranteed removal, because if your opponent's swarmed the field like you have here, where you've got Larsa and Huge, which are to me both expendable, if I was to party up Yuna and Lenne and get rid of them, I'd be getting Lenne back to hand, but you could just get rid of Larsa. Like you could literally just get rid of any cheap forward, throwaway forward, and it's not worth it in the slightest.
Yeah,
which is the big problem.
Absolutely. So potential for the future. I don't know if there's any high-costed summons that are coming out in Opus 4, but I honestly think that people have had the opportunity to try and make Yuna Lenne work for a long time now. Like, the cards have been out since July, so we've had July or March, or I can't remember which way around it was.
Yeah, no, it's March, because they were both Opus 2.
March, so we've now had 8 months to make this work, and we've not seen it in competitive do well in any particular tournaments. People talk about it all the time, but you never really hear much positivity surrounding it, unless there was like some absolutely game busting, like amazing summon that comes out in a future opus. I honestly think people are going to be so done trying to make like legendary Yuna work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, as I said, the combo is nice when it works, but getting it to work is the actual nightmare, and I just don't think that can happen, which is sad to say, because it means, like, I think unless they bring out something game breaking, like you say, like I even considered the light summon, I can't remember the name of it. Ultima, and then discarding a Yuna to make Yuna light, and so she doesn't break. But again, that's more combo pieces, and it just seemed like you'd need like the perfect hand to get this all working, and it just never ever works. So
there's one thing that we haven't discussed that I think could possibly work, and that's if you do Water Wind and you use Brother to search up the missing part of the combo, because it'll add a bit of consistency to the deck that you're no longer relying to draw into the other combo piece.
But the problem with that is obviously then you don't get the haste from anything, unless they give something, give Wind like the ability to give something haste. I can't really see that working either, just because your opponent will have ways to remove. If they see you're playing Legendary Yuna, they know you're going to be playing Lenne, so they're going to be looking to remove those targets. And if they see like a Lenne go to a damage zone, they know you've only got 2 left, so then just save the 2 removal cards for that, because Yuna's not that big of a threat on her own.
The last thing is the fact that you're using Brother as a tutor. If you've already buried summons, like you've used Huge or Geomancer or Artemisian to then place them at the bottom of your deck where you want them to be for a search function, and then you play Brother as a tutor, you're then just going to shuffle them all back into the deck and just undo all of that effort. So that's probably another reason why it won't work, but hey, we're just trying to make it fit. But that's everything we've got time for this week. If you'd like to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.